Hello, I am Quinny. Welcome to the channel, guys. In this video today, we're talking about Celtic versus St Johnstone and what it maybe tells us leading up to the Champions League game against RB Leipzig on Tuesday. At any point in the video today, if you laugh, you learn, you like something or whatever, please do like and subscribe, share, retweet, all that good stuff. Stay out of trouble, and let's get stuck into it. Now, I was very excited when the starting 11 came out for this game. There was a lot of surprises and a lot of very interesting dynamics laid out for this match today. A lot of people expected to see Matt O'Riley really adopt the Callum McGregor role, and we've definitely seen little shades of that, but I definitely felt that between him and Rio, they kind of alternated, and particularly in the opening 20 minutes, neither one of them, either through instruction from the manager or just through reading the game situation at hand, didn't always drop into that Callum McGregor role. And subsequently, we've seen guys like Welsh and Carter Vickers find the left back in particular, but Ralston came into play quite a lot in the first half, but in particular down the left here with Bernabei, much quicker. And Bernabei is a very vertical fullback. You know, as soon as he gets the ball, he is going up the line. It's very much in his blood. And in the opening 20 minutes, we got front to back really quickly. And with having Rio and O'Riley as that kind of base to roam around and control the play as things were going on, in the opening 20 minutes, some of the play and some of the passing that we were able to do was very effective and very promising for the game going on. But it felt like once St Johnstone had kind of calibrated towards where we were running and where the danger was, that O'Riley in particular and Rio had to work even harder to get their spaces in order to try and find some good passes to make some play, make some attacks happen. But Haksabanovic was dropping all over the place. He was rolling up in all areas of the pitch, and he was able to carry the ball 10 to 20 yards very quickly with the ball at his feet with great direction. And we've already seen in the short glimpses in the Celtic career and throughout this match, he does have an eye for a pass. He does have great technical ability. And like I've said previously on the channel, this guy for me has got Jota level potential for Celtic in terms of how dangerous and how important he could be to our attack. And, you know, I think we're only starting to see the beginning of him in that attacking midfield role. And he gave us something completely different to what Matt O'Riley does. Matt O'Riley does the same stuff, right? But Haksabanovic makes a run that takes like 3 seconds. It maybe takes O'Riley like 4 or 5 or something, you know, like it's not huge differences on the face of it, but when it is a counter-attack situation, you've got other quick players with big quick runners that want the ball in early, in over the top or in between the channel. Having somebody take that position up with pace just adds an extra level of threat onto the opposition defence and just creates further opportunity for favourable situations to arise for us. I thought Matt O'Riley for the most part did pretty well. He was much deeper than what we've ever seen him play today, of course, and I actually thought at little times, you know, I've compared him before in terms of his play style and the Celtic tactics to De Bruyne, but it felt like today maybe he was a wee bit more of a Rodri type, and there was spells in the game where he was quite effective in that role, but again there was probably more occasions where you could tell it wasn't his natural forte, you know, it wasn't his kind of bag in midfield. But you know, to kind of sit in there and control that area for periods of this kind of match, I would definitely give them pass marks. Carter Vickers and Welsh were very imperious at the back, and you know, the goal aside that comes from the set piece in the 93rd minute, it was great to see Carter Vickers back in the defence. We've seen some nice saves from Joe Hart in crucial times in the game, and it was only 1-0. And you know, between Bernabei's impressive, is that his like full kind of league debut, I think it is, and Ralston came in with a really great performance on the right hand side, did not put a foot wrong, cleared everything, didn't lose a duel barely, and yeah, it was ever reliable again. He was really the Greg Taylor of the match, you know, in Greg Taylor's absence, as it were. But Liel Abada for me is definitely the loser of this match, unfortunately. He probably left about a hat-trick out there today with different one-on-one situations, whether it be his selection of shot, his actual quality of shot, whether it's some of the runs he made, some of the decisions not to square balls for other people and whatever. But I think like there'll be some criticism towards the Celtic attack today and the impotence, but you know, there was easily, I think, 4 goals left on the table today, and Abada's probably got 2 or 3 of them. So he will feel really hard done to coming off this game, that he could have done better and he could have really enhanced his reputation in his career and his standing in the squad. And it's definitely an opportunity missed for him ahead of a huge game on Tuesday. I do think with Abada, in my opinion, thoroughly dropping the ball in terms of this right wing position, the door is thoroughly open for Haksabanovic to come back in here. Now, it all depends on what he wants to do for the midfield. It has to be said, by the way, before I move on, Giakoumakis, I thought, was very frustrated today, and like, he got his goal at the end, which is great. I cannot wait to see the day where Giakoumakis scores a goal and does not get instantly yellow carded for taking his shirt off. It boils my blood that he collects yellow cards for fun for doing that. Surely he can get a bloody grasp of it. Jota only played 45 minutes and the manager said it was just game management. He was not planning on Jota having a huge participation in this match today, and it was just routine, which is fine. But Giakoumakis cut a very frustrating figure today, and for about 70 minutes of the game, he didn't get anywhere near being on the end of any of the amazing opportunities we were finding. Haksabanovic was picking up some amazing positions to get on the end of cutbacks and crosses from fullbacks and wingers. And I thought for a lot of the time, I'm like, where is Gigi? I could see Haksabanovic in the box and Gigi's just struggling to keep up with the game. Yeah, maybe there's been some slick passing and a quick change of direction or whatever, I get that, but Haksabanovic was finding himself, particularly in the opening half an hour or so, if memory serves me, in some fantastic forward, penalty box positions that Giakoumakis was nowhere near. And then whether he's misreading crosses or the crosses the teammates were fulfilling in for him were, not even with him in mind, he just didn't ever seem to be really on the end of anything until, of course, the 95th minute where he crashes it in the goalmouth. From the Bernabeu cross. So fantastic finish from the big man, and it's a big sigh of relief for, I guess, a lot of the endeavour that he put into the game today. But technically, Giakoumakis was a huge handicap. Like, I don't think he completed a pass today. I think every pass he tried had the right idea around it, but actual technique and execution was like 4 out of 10 or something, to be kind, And to not see Kyogo feature at all today, particularly when the game got to 1-1, of course, by that point, the substitution's already made. And, some brownie points do have to go to McCarthy for the ball he plays to Bernabeu. But I thought it was absolutely maddening that we didn't see Kyogo. It's nice to see Giakoumakis get given the 90 minutes for, of course, the way Ange is managing the squad, and the minutes, and the squad dynamics and all that kind of stuff. I get it. If he's maybe said to Gigi, you've got 90 minutes in this game to do something. You need to win us this. We need to keep Kyogo ready for Tuesday. You got Real Madrid. Then I can dig that, and I'm totally behind it. And I'm very happy that the big man has got his just desserts for his endeavour today, if nothing else. He got his goal. He got the game-winning goal, and he leaves the match a hero. But again, very similar to Leipzig, and even I guess and maybe to a lesser extent the St Mirren match, creating lots of opportunities like we have been early season, but we're just missing that killer touch. Daizen Maeda came on at half-time for Jota. Very unlucky with that overhead kick attempt at the front post, but if he does leave it, Liel Abada's standing next to him, and he's got a tap-in of a header, potentially. So I think that's maybe a goal Daizen's maybe owed us from this match. And he had a few opportunities, and it was interesting because when Daizen first came on, it almost felt to me that he took up the Haksabanovic role. He was popping up everywhere, getting interfered with the play, getting interfered with the ball, and then causing it and getting us forward and trying to get on the end of stuff. But just a couple of times, him and Gigi, like, I don't know if you've seen this, right? But Gigi did one of those things on Celtic TV where it's like him and Abada, and they're saying like who takes the longest to do their hair in the shower and all that kind of stuff and whatever. And one of the questions was, who's the moaniest? And Giakoumakis kind of admitted that he is the moaniest. And you can tell from watching this game, Daizen Maeda might know and respect that as a teammate, and that's just the way he is. But he does not enjoy playing with it. Like, honestly, whenever these two guys are near each other on the pitch, Maeda just looks raging. Giakoumakis has always got his arms in the air. He's always going tonto about something. Daizen Maeda's offside in his chance, and again, I think if he doesn't touch the ball, there's a good chance the linesman doesn't give offside for Giakoumakis, and that would have probably been a goal for him. So there was a lot of opportunities created in this game. The play is working, the team are playing well, the gelling is there, and it's just being clinical and being decisive in that moment when it comes to you. So I think between the chances missed today, like, there's a lot of positives to take out of the match. But going into the Leipzig match, this is how I expect to see his line up. Basically the same shape as what we've seen today, but Kyogo and Daizen Maeda coming in for Abada and Giakoumakis respectively, because I actually seen lots of shades of Red Bull football of Leipzig in this Celtic team today. I think, it's interesting watching Rio and O'Reilly today looked a lot like Schlager and Campo from last week in terms of how they controlled the play and how the team was kind of built around them to being those central orchestrators. But I think the Champions League games with Real Madrid and Leipzig have really sharpened Rio's feet up. Like today against St Johnstone, some of the pass selection and execution that he was making today, it was all coming off and it was all almost perfect. Whereas in the last couple of matches, he's had the right idea and maybe the right execution, but maybe the timing was a bit off, or he didn't quite understand the run that his teammate was making or something like that. So it feels like he's getting sharper after these, European games coming into them. So I think coming into this Leipzig game, we might even just see us kind of go real toe for toe, play Haksabanovic in that Nkunku kind of job, Kyogo doing the Andre Silva, and then of course we've got Jota and Dyson doing the same kind of job on the wings as we've seen them do in the first affair. And then the back four, I would expect to be Jens if he's fit and available, the manager. I didn't quite catch his full comments pre-match, but I think Jens was ready for this game and it was like a last-minute pull-out over maybe an illness or a bug or something. So I think if he's fit and available, he would be the left centre-back to partner Carter Vickers in this kind of must-win European game scenario, despite Welsh's very good, promising and improving form. But between the rest of the back four and the defence, I think we kind of know what we get at Celtic Park. And this should give this team the kind of platform to have that kind of free roaming attacking front four with great creativity, strength and versatility in midfield to help us build on. So I actually take a lot of positives out of this game. I definitely take a lot more positives than negatives out of this game. No two ways about it. Yes, I would have liked to see more goals. Yes, I would have liked to have seen Kyogo get, another goal and keep his kind of tempo and his form up before going into the big game on Tuesday. But, great team performance. Seeing guys like Forrest affect the play. Even seeing McCarthy influencing the game-winning phase of play. That's just fantastic. That is like stuff you cannot buy for dressing room overall team morale. Everyone feeling and actually contributing to the overall success and the outcomes that the team is getting. We roll into Tuesday, we roll into Leipzig, ready to welcome them. With, spirits in the team will be high, and I see progression in the team. I see an improvement with this kind of shape versus last week when we had to kind of deal with that on the fly as Callum McGregor came off injured. And obviously the week before when he gets sent off. So I feel that we're better prepared. Abelgard was quite good from the bench, it must be said, as was Moy. But I think this is probably, I think it's going to be real. I think it's going to be very much the same team that started today. But I think we'll see Dyson and we'll see Kyogo start over Giakoumakis and Haksabanovic. I hope you have a great weekend. I hope you enjoyed the game yourself. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share and retweet and all that good stuff. Stay out of trouble and I'll catch you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.